Hello grade 9 students. Let's start with the next topic of chapter 6, lines and angles, that is theorems. Now before I start with this topic theorems, I want you all to know some basic terms which are statement, axiom, postulate and theorem. Let's start with the first term, that is statement. Now what is a statement? A statement is basically a sentence. A statement is basically a sentence which should neither be an order nor an exclamatory one. Like, it should not be an order. It should not be an exclamatory remark. It should also not be a form of a question. For example, what is the price of this book? What is the price of this book? This is a form of question, so this cannot be considered as a statement. If I take what a beautiful painting, this is an exclamatory remark. Again, this is not a statement. If I take kindly pass this message, this is a kind of request, or do that work, this is a kind of order. These are not considered to be statements. Now then, what are statements? If I say she lives in Delhi, this is a statement. Or this book costs $2, this is also a statement. Or there are 8 days in a week, this is also a statement. We know this statement is false, but still it is considered to be a statement. This sentence is false, but still it is considered to be a statement. So a statement can be either true or false. It can also be ambiguous in nature. Ambiguous statements are the ones which can neither be considered true nor false. Like if I say she lives in Delhi, now it's not sure if she actually lives in Delhi or not. This is just a statement. We don't know if it is true or false. So these kind of situations fall under ambiguous category. Now in mathematics, a statement is only accepted if it is either always true or always false. So in mathematics, we have to deal with just true and false statements, not the ambiguous ones. Now let's see the next term, which is axiom and postulate. Now what are axioms and postulates? These are the statements which are assumed to be true without having a proof to them. So these are statements which are assumed to be true without proof. That means they do not require a proof. Some statements which are considered to be self-explanatory, or they are assumed to be true, they are considered to be self-evident truths. Such kind of statements are known as axioms or postulates. Now there is a minute difference between these two terms. Axioms and postulates, both are statements which are true, but there is a minute difference. The difference is that axioms are the statements which can be taken, which can be considered in any part of mathematical field, and postulates are the statements which are considered for just geometry field of mathematics. Axioms can be taken for any field of mathematics. It can be for algebra, it can be for trigonometry, it can be for geometry or any other field. But postulates are just confined to geometry field of mathematics. So postulates are just a part of axioms. Next term is theorem. What is a theorem? A theorem is a statement which has a proof. So a statement which can be proved using some axioms or postulates, these are known as theorems. So the difference between theorem and axiom is that axioms are considered to be self-evident truths. They do not require a proof, but theorems, they have a proof to them. Axioms do not require a proof, but a theorem has a proof to them. And how it is proved, how a theorem is proved? It is proved using some predefined statements or predefined axioms. Thales was the first mathematician. He was a Greek mathematician. He was the first one to give proof to some statement, and the statement which he proved was a circle is bisected by its diameter. This was a statement which was first proved ever. It was proved by Thales around 600 BC. You would have heard about Euclid. Euclid is considered to be father of geometry. Now, why Euclid is considered to be father of geometry? Because he proved 465 statements. He gave 465 theorems. He gave proof to 465 statements. So 465 theorems were there after the name of Euclid. So that is why he is considered to be a father of geometry. He also gave some axioms and postulates apart from these. Suppose we have to prove some statement, and in order to prove some statement there are a few steps involved. The first step is to write given. Second is to prove. Third is construction. Fourth is proof. And at last, hence, proved. Whenever you are given a statement, first of all, you will write its given portion here. Then what is to be proved in that statement, what is actually to be proved, that you will write in to prove. Then comes the third step, which is construction. This is not a mandatory step. Why this is not a mandatory step? Because this can be used in some statements, it cannot be used in others. Suppose I take a theorem like sum of three angles of a triangle is 180. In order to prove this theorem, we know this is a theorem, and in order to prove this theorem, we have to use this step construction. But suppose we have a theorem like if two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. In order to prove this theorem, we do not require this step construction. So this is not a mandatory one. That is why I've put a star against it. The next step is proof. Under this step, you will give the actual proof that what are the reasons, what are the statements you are providing, or what are the axioms, or what are the predefined theorems you are using in order to prove this above statement or this above theorem. And at last you will be writing hence proved.